Hey guys and girls, Thursday the 3rd of December 2020, 11:39 in the morning, and it's quite a beautiful day today. Right now it's only 10 degrees, but it's really sunny outside. There's a real field temperature of 13, and let's see, basically the wind is only 9 kilometers an hour and the maximum wind gust. So what we're going to do is we're going to head up into the mountains again. I'm going to bring the GoPro on the helmet mount, and I'm going to bring my nice big cameras along as well, see if we can get some cool pictures. Just going to grab some water from our Berkey filter. I don't know if you saw in one of our previous videos, we bought this Berkey filter. It's absolutely amazing. The water in Portugal, some of it doesn't taste too good, and you put it through one of these filters and it just tastes absolutely amazing. Let's hit the road. Some absolutely beautiful spots here, and lots of water coming off the mountain from all the rains that we've had recently. And I'm guessing this is all going to make its way down into that Marateka Dam at some point, which is all the way down the mountain on that side. It's views like these that just make riding up these mountains worthwhile. You can see this trail's quite well looked after. There's another trail just going up the mountain here. It looks completely wild. I'm not going to do that today because I don't know, I kind of know where I'm going at the moment and I don't really want to get lost. But yeah, this place is quite something else. So there's some more burnt out buildings. Let's go and have a look at these. I wonder if this used to be someone's house, or if it was some kind of like an outpost or something. It's got amazing views. I mean, geez, look at this. Let's go and have a look. It's got a big old fireplace and a chimney. A very solid floor, leading into some kind of a basement. And I can almost see like a whole bunch of hoof prints or something down there. I think maybe goats or sheep or something have come inside this building. They might have used it as an area to lock them up at night, I'm not sure. And then this here, I'm guessing, is some kind of a kitchen. You can see some tiles, fireplace. You can also see evidence of fire damage. Look at the wood. And a lot more fire damage here on the sides. So I reckon, I'm just taking a guess here, but I'm guessing the 2017 fires would have raged through here and broken it. And this is the toilet. So this would have been like the bathroom area. Beautiful location, geez. Incredible. Huh. I mean, just amazing views all around. Down the mountain, looking back up the mountain. And then towards the back here, it's got some sort of outbuildings. But to be honest, these look a little bit newer, like all the tiles are still on the roof. Perhaps it's got concrete joists, which is why or roof joists or whatever, which is why the roof didn't collapse. I'm not sure, although the cement looks quite new on the outsides. So I'm not sure what this is all about. These look potentially like, I don't know, like stable areas? Not really sure what I'm looking at here. Yeah, it's a concrete roof. So that wouldn't have collapsed with the fire. But yeah, I'm guessing these are some kind of like animal buildings. They look very well kept. Amazing. Nice little water fountain. Bit of rubbish in there. Unfortunately, rubbish is everywhere. Even up here in the Serra da Gardunha. For the most part, it's very clean and pristine, but unfortunately some people like to ruin it for everyone else and just throw trash out of their car window. Okay, let's get back on the road. Oh man, there's some amazing rock formations here. An incredible view going all the way back down. Look at all this granite. I mean, this is like millions of years worth of rock just sitting here, just deteriorating. Potentially this could have even been like an ocean floor at one point. Amazing. Another cool thing to think about is how we exist in one version of time. And our version of time is in minutes, hours, and it's perceivable to us. But that everything is actually moving constantly, even these giant rocks. But they're just moving at a much slower pace than we can even detect, for the most part. Sometimes they come rolling down the mountain. But in the grand scheme of things, these rocks have been moving for millions of years. Moving, deteriorating, shifting, crumbling. Incredible. Oh, it's so pretty up here. You can see in the distance there's the Lake Maritaka. The Gardunha mountains are just full of granite. It's absolutely everywhere. It's a very soft type of granite that sort of crushes down into sand, and it's quite useful. It's quite useful for making these roads. You can see the majority of these roads are just made up of this granite sand. Packs together quite nicely, gives you lots of grip. So we're quite high up now. You can see the majority of this Gardunha mountain range here. Lovely. What's this here? Let's have a look. Miraduro Castello Velo. We've got some nice little steps. Let's go and take a look. Right, so Castello Velo. Okay, if I stand in front of it, I've got my shadow in the way, sorry about that. But yeah, this is where we are. Here's the coordinates. And yeah. Here's the English globe. So we're 1,000 meters up. So over here it's just showing all of the different types of geoforms, which are big granitic rocks. And here's some plants that are endemic to the region. This is a rock rose. And this one over here is, I don't know, Asphodelis bento renhe. And that's endemic to the Gardunha. And then we have a weathering pit. You can see there's lots of different types of lichen all over that. And lichen is a really good indicator of excellent and very pure air quality. Lichen won't grow anywhere where there's lots of nitrates, or nitrogen, sorry. But as you can see here on these rocks, they're just absolutely covered with lichen, and many different types. There's lots of mosses growing. There's like a large leafed lichen here, a much smaller one here which is in green. This one over here, I'm not sure if it's alive or dead. And then there's like a very large leafed lichen over here. So I mean, I'm counting at least 3 different types. The more types of lichen that you find on a rock, the better the air quality is. So, you know, finding just one or finding 3, there's a big difference. But yeah, so we're up in the mountains here, we're all alone, a little bit of a breeze, It's actually quite strong up here. It's not really a breeze. I'd say it's probably 20 kilometers an hour. Over there, there's an old ruin. Let's go and have a look. Cool, there's a little road leading right up to it. Brilliant. So again, this looks like one of these buildings that's probably been here for ages, because it's made in the old style granite stones. But it's unfortunately been burnt by the fires, so the roofs have collapsed in. Oh, actually, I've got to be careful here. There's lots of thorns. I don't really want punctures. It wouldn't be good this far up the mountain. I don't have a puncture kit with me. Cool. So just to orientate you to where we are, the Marateka is sort of behind those rocks over there, and all the way down. We're 1,000 meters up now. I think it goes up about another 200 meters. And then this is this little ruin. But yeah, you can see the roof is completely collapsed in. I can't really get to it. There's just very thick bush. And even if I got up to it, you know, it's all locked up. So yeah, it's not a very interesting ruin to go and look at. Judging by the rocks, it's definitely pre-1951, so you know, it's very old, this one. What a beautiful location. I'll keep quiet for a sec so you can just take in the complete silence. So behind me, up here, is like some kind of radio tower. So I'm going to head on up there, and that'll be the very highest point. At this point, I can't fly a drone because we're actually sitting in a geopark, and when you're in a national park, you aren't allowed to fly drones. So unfortunately, I can't fly the drone, which is a real pity. I'd love to have taken it up above these ruins here. When I was a bit lower down the mountain before we were actually in the geopark, you know, that's where I could fly. But yeah, I think I can get into trouble, especially now that my channel's getting quite a few views. So I believe I can ask for permission, so at some point I think I'll do that. We come back up here and I do some amazing drone shots. But for now, we're going to have to stick with the GoPro and my main camera on my back. So I believe before 2017, the Gardunha mountains were just covered in trees. Lots of pine, lots of eucalyptus, and really tall trees. It was like a forest. And obviously 2017, huge fires all over Portugal, but they absolutely devastated this whole mountain range. And in going on 4 years now, well, almost 4 years, you can see a lot of it's green again, but there's no more big trees. There's a few sort of eucalyptus saplings that are popping up, and there's a few, like you can see up on the ridges here, of pines that have survived. But for the most part, there's just lots of broom and little sort of shrubs and things. No big trees or anything like that. So in summertime, when you come up here, it's just absolutely scorching. There's no shade, and yeah, you just got a lot of granite rocks soaking away the heat and keeping it into the nighttime. I wish I could have seen it when it was covered in beautiful green trees. Alright, so this is where you go to get to the Baluso do Castelo Velho, which is like a swing. There's some sign here saying that we can't go in though because of COVID-19, which I hate to say seems completely ridiculous. You know, I'm up here on top of a mountain, there's no one else here. I'm not sure exactly how there's a COVID-19 threat. So we've reached like a sort of plateau area. I believe if I carry on going further along, I can get up to the radar tower or radio tower. But all around us is this circle of granite, and then like a nice sort of flat basin area. It looks a little bit drier up here, to be honest. Like the plants aren't as green, but I'm guessing that's the same as if you had a sponge full of water, and the top parts of the sponge are going to be much drier than the bottom parts. So in front of me, I don't know if you can see on this camera, is like a radio tower, and that's the very highest point. So that is where I'm heading now. But first, look at this beautiful little dam. Wow. Ah, it's lovely. That was actually there in summer, so it must be spring fed. Not sure how you get down to it. Looks very overgrown. There might be a little spot here, but yeah, I don't think I can get down to it. What a lovely little spot there. Man, that's nice. I think come summertime I must try and see if I can take a little swim in this. This road is so steep. Just taking a little breather. And there's such a beautiful little spring coming out the wall here. Look at that. And just bouncing off little granite rocks. Into a really pretty little green pond area. And just making its way all the way down the mountain. And the camera, the wide angle lens, is just not picking up how steep this is. And here we are, arriving at the top. It's a bunch of radio masts. What look like, I don't know, like a microwave dishes on up at the top there. Or maybe 3G or 4G, I'm not sure. Yeah, just like radio towers. I've been here once before in the summertime. And here we are. So we're at the highest point. We're 1,227 meters up. It's not particularly pretty at this spot here because of all this building, but you do get quite a nice view of some other mountain ranges in the distance here. This building over here has some blue sign on the wall saying Portugal Telecom. I haven't heard of Portugal Telecom, so yeah, I'm not sure. You know, we use Mio for our phones. I mean, if you look down there, that electrical cabinet's open, and I'm sure the wind and stuff can get right in there. It looks like there's a few circuit breakers exposed. So, yeah, this looks abandoned. I'm going to take a little walk around the side here, see if there's any nice views off this edge. Oh, there we go, there's the Marateka. And I'm guessing that over there is the marker to show the highest point. Let's go and take a walk over there and see. You know, I'm not sure if this actually is abandoned, because that's quite a new looking ventilation system over there. So it probably isn't abandoned. There's definitely electricity coming up here still. Usually they have these sort of monolith type things to show height on mountains, at least in South Africa. So I'm guessing this is probably showing the highest point. When you're at the bottom of the mountain and you're looking up, this looks like the highest spot, so it must be. That's a hell of a lot of concrete they've used. Jeez. Wow. Amazing. Right, here we are. Oh, look at that. Pity I can't send the drone up here. But even if I was allowed to, I think this wind is a bit too extreme. But yeah, here we are, the highest point. So yeah, it's starting to get a little bit cold here. I'm just wearing a t-shirt and a very light high-vis thing here. Last night it went down to like 2 degrees. There was frost on the morning. Sorry, there was frost on the ground this morning. And yeah, tonight there's going to be snow coming down as low as 900 meters. So, you know, we're 1,227 up here. There's going to be quite a bit of snow hitting this mountain, or there's a chance of it. So I think what I'm feeling here is the beginning of that snow that might start tonight. But yeah, this is not the right clothing. I've got like I've got like camo, so you can't see me, and high vis, so you can see me. I'm kind of confused. I like to keep my options open. Right, I'm going to get back down, but first, I just thought about it. I got some gloves inside my bag. Let's get those gloves. My hands are freezing. Whew. Now this is really, really steep, so I'm going to end up having to basically ride the brakes most of the way down, and then they start to get really hot. I'm already doing 30 k's an hour. Just having to brake. This is a very nice bike, this, but it's not designed for downhill extreme braking and stuff like that. It's kind of a road bike, so I don't want to know what's going to happen if I completely cook the brakes. You let go of the brakes for like 2 seconds and you go back up to like 30-35 kilometers an hour. That's how steep this is. 40 kilometers an hour, jeez. 45. Oh man, this is so awesome. 47, 48, 49. Yeah, we almost hit 50 down there. I don't want to push it too hard. I'm all on my own up here, you know. If I do come off at 50 k's an hour and hit myself bad, I'm in big trouble. So I need to just take it easy a little bit. It's so great to have this big space here, so close to the farm, where we can just go and be, I was going to say be away from all humans, but actually there's a car parked there. You know, I'm not sure if we aren't allowed up there or not, because this car is clearly up there. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I don't really know what the sign says. But there's like a new swing up there. Not a swing, like a seesaw. I really want to see that. It is a pity. Oh yeah, there's actually people up by the swing. So I think he's waving at me. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get up in that little Seat, shows you the roads are pretty good now. Before they were in really bad condition, like lots of rainfall had just completely destroyed them. So this is not really the right bike for this type of thing. I've got absolutely no suspension on it. It's a hard fork, hard tail. So every little bump is quite jarring. All these beautiful winding trails that I've got to take the whole way down. And that, as they say, is the end of that. That was a pretty good cycle. It's 22 past 3 now, and yeah, it's time to head on home. Good morning, guys and girls. It's the 4th of December 2020. I have no idea what the time is, but I'm guessing it's around about 7 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it's a beautiful morning today. We've got some rain coming down, and lots of it. It was a very cold night last night, so Gina thinks that this rain actually has a little bit of ice in it. So the mountain today is completely covered in cloud, and for a brief moment before I fetched my camera, you could actually see the top of the mountain, and there was snow. And here you can see the snow on the top of the Gardunha mountains. Crazy to think that yesterday I was up here on a bicycle, and pretty much just wearing a t-shirt and a very thin covering. Amazing.